Hello everybody, so here's a quick video of the Skorne Titan completed, as you can see here. So this model took me a little bit longer than I expected to get done, plus the hassles of everyday life. But as you can see here, it is now complete, fully together and assembled. You can obviously see some of the resin which didn't get quite a dark enough gray compared to some of the other pieces of resin. You can also see where the metal pieces are and the cannons here. There's a lot of little pieces to have to do up, plus the big pieces. Some of the parts didn't quite go in flush, so I had to mess around with that a little bit. As you can also see on here, I have a little bit of green stuffing and mill putting to do to fill in some of the joints where there is a little bit of gaps. As you can see between the belt upper and lower coming around right now where it's light gray and a little bit medium gray, you can see a gap there, and a few other places obviously as well. So if you're taking a look at this, let me go ahead and just adjust this a little bit, so excuse shaky cam. I want you to be able to kind of see where the base is on here. When it comes back around, as you can see, the tail sticks out a good bit beyond the base. And now looking at the front, as it comes around, you can see that it also sticks out a great deal beyond the base, and it kind of comes near the bottom of the table. So really, the only room there is for anything underneath it is like a swamp gobber. So I had thought about it, played around with a couple of different things, but I did eventually figure out a good way to keep the head in place for playing. So what I came up with, if I can do it without making everything crash, is I magnetize the head. While we wait for that to come around, you can see the magnetizing spot here. Oh, and a paint pot dropped. And you can see the magnetizing port there and the body. So far, this one large magnet is good enough to hold the head even with the metal pieces. I don't foresee an issue when I add paint to it, but worst case scenario is I add a pin, and the pin and the magnet itself should be more than enough to keep the head in place when on the miniature, and easy enough to take off when it comes time for him to slug it out with something else in base-to-base combat. I did this because it wasn't ideal to turn the miniature around because of the tail sticking out. So this to me was the best option I could come up with, and I don't foresee any issue with it. The base that he's standing on now is not going to be the base he will be on. I am going to make a custom base. I just haven't figured out exactly what I want to do yet, because this model does take over most of the base. I don't think I can do something as elaborate as the the Mammoth base that I did from Secret Weapon. I just don't think there's enough room for that. I'm thinking about doing some desert with some stones in it. Still kind of on the border of that at this point in time, thinking about it. I will come up with something sooner or later, and I will show a video of that when I decide what it is and get it completed. It's going to be some time before I paint this miniature. General Splatten has my paint for my envelope color, so until he's done with that, I have my Skorne army pretty much on hold. I know I could paint other stuff other than non-envelope stuff, but I kind of really don't feel like getting them done. I'm kind of working on the Skorne, but at this point in time I'm still also working on getting my friend's stuff together and done, as he keeps giving me more stuff to do, personal life, and I am also still working on the Super Dungeon Explorer heroes, as I would like to get them complete before I go back to my Mammoth painting. So here's a quick video. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Have a great one.